88.7 FM KAZI. We are the voice of Austin. Good morning, y'all. It is 7:30. You're in tune to the Wednesday edition of the Morning Grind here on KAZI. Don't forget you can keep up with us all day long. KAZIFM.org or get that TuneIn app and put it on your phone or any of your mobile devices, including your smart or not so smart TV. What's up, y'all? Your boy Jabari Warfield's in the building, and not by myself, riding along with Dap Dub. What's going on, man?
Did you make fun of people just now of their not smart TVs?
I'm making fun of the TVs, not the people. I ain't crazy.
But they own it. They made that choice. So
this is true.
I think by being in the same room, you still offended them. Hey, I ain't trying to offend you, but you got a dumb TV, right? The rest of us, we got words, we got apps.
Right,
we ain't got none of that.
Right.
We got TV, you got.
Right. Well, the TV should know, like when you walk into a room,
right?
You know, the temperature of the room changes, so you got like them Nest thermostats that say, "Oh, yeah, it's getting a little warm.
Yes,
Let's cool
sir.
it down."
Yes, sir.
The TV ain't gonna come in and say, "Well, you know, what you want to watch right now." So that means it's kind of smart.
Yeah.
It's not really smart. It's smart-ish.
Yeah. You want that smart TV that know you.
Yeah, I want that.
Like Cheers. You walk in the room, you're like, Norm. Yo, bro, I got this hotness. There's a new Epi out. You ready for it?
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, it's too bright in here. Let me dim my screen. Let me help you out.
Yeah.
You whatever.
Yeah, exactly. You're forgetting to watch the new season of NBC Chicago. You know, all of that. Yeah, exactly.
Not the TV that you still may have to hook up the little rabbit ears to it so you can get the local channels. And you might have to bump it every now and then. Remember Fred Sanford used to have to bump that thing on top?
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta give it 2 taps.
Exactly, and it starts working.
Man.
I remember TVs on top of TVs. Okay, that's how old I am.
Hey, do you remember doilies on TVs?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I remember people putting aluminum foil on the rabbit ears.
Yeah,
to make for better reception. It's like, come on.
Somebody had to go up on the roof sometimes, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, they did.
How about now? Hey, go ask him. How about now? Yell into him.
Man.
Because you got to get the relay person. You got to scream down to the person who hopefully has the angle or the voice. Because your stuff ain't going to boomerang down up into that house. Bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Man, you just took us way back.
I do that, man, because I'm an old head, but I'm beautiful with mine. So that's cool. I'm still here.
if the streets ain't cracking jokes, then you still got it.
This is true, yeah.
I haven't heard any Jabaris washed up. You're not showing up to the cookouts with your linen suit and Converse on.
Nah, man.
Okay, nah. You're still putting it together.
Nah.
Yeah.
Sweating like it just like ran out of a bank or something. Nah, man.
You could still dance at the cookout with a paper plate in your hand, right?
Yes, sir.
You ain't spilling. You ain't dropping no food.
No, I'm putting the plate down.
Oh,
I'm putting the plate down,
bro. It may not be there.
Well,
come back.
You know what? And that may be that's a risk I got to take, man. I can't be dropping no chicken all over my linen suit.
Yeah,
the linen.
Yeah,
nah, son, not the linen. Come on.
Jabari, there is hope for you, brother.
Thank you, brother.
You're not washed yet. That's what the kids say. That's what the kids say. Oh, you washed. That means washed up.
Yeah,
but they cut it back.
That means you done.
Same thing like Riz. Riz is a shortened form of charisma, man. This is when I show my age.
Yeah, come on with it,
man.
Come on with it.
We're saying the same thing, dog. You just showing you too lazy to say the whole word.
This is true.
It's the same thing. I think that's lazy slang.
It is lazy slang.
When you shorten it. Like you got to make up a word.
Right.
Like drip. I'll take drip.
Yeah, drip is dope.
Yeah,
drip works.
That works for me. But Riz, it sounds like you're putting Z's on it.
Putting extra Z's, yeah.
Man, we got a lot to talk about today.
Oh, we got a ton to talk about, man.
I know we're going to have a good interview. One of the things, we can talk about when we come back, but I'm just kind of curious. Can a grown man order boneless wings? I mean, does he need to check his manhood?
Yeah.
We're going to have to get to that one. Because I got to get your side of it.
Yeah, definitely.
A lottery winner in Jamaica wore a scary mask to collect the lottery money so his relatives won't hound him for money.
Why don't you just wear a regular mask like a Richard Nixon mask or something like that, right?
That's not bad.
You know what I'm saying?
That's not bad.
Yeah. Why be scary though?
Maybe that's all he had.
We'll see.
Because it was a popular, with the Scream movies.
Yeah.
Maybe that was it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, we got to get into a couple of these. We got some more topics. It sounds like you might have some breaking news.
Man, I got man. I got some breaking news, dude. I just found out. I was checking Roland Martin. If you don't know who Roland Martin is an independent journalist. He's definitely one of these people like with Roland, like you can pretty much count on whatever Roland got. And from what I understand, Roland is posting on his Instagram that the one and only Frankie Beverly has made a transition. All right, and and I double checked it. I was like, okay, let me make sure this is right before I breathe this out, because we know what Frankie Beverly has meant to our community, what he's meant to this radio station. But I am getting this directly from Roland Martin that Frankie Beverly has passed away. His family has actually sent out a letter to people saying thank you for all the years of support of Frankie. And unfortunately, it looks like he may be gone. I definitely want to confirm this before I put it out again, but that's from Roland Martin's Instagram. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about. We'll probably hit the debate, which was absolutely insane last night. I had a headache. I should have brought some. I should take some medication before it happened. It was crazy. It really was. So we'll get into that. New music from Sade is coming out. New music from D'Angelo is coming out this year.
RVA.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And of course, today is September 11th, and we'll get into where you were when you were there. I can tell you exactly where I was, but we'll get into that a little later on.
Okay.
All right. Right now it's 7:35. I know you're getting ready to hit the road. If you are, let me give you this mix. Let's go.
That's what today is.
Definitely good stuff. A little different from what we normally do. That, of course, is the Marley Brothers. A little Marley Brothers mix for you. They are going to be hitting town very, very soon. So if you are here in Austin, get ready for one of the best experiences in music as the Marley Brothers come to Austin, Texas. 746 here in 88.7 KAZI. Your boy Jabari Warfield, Dap Dub, and Simply Courtney. All in the building. We are the Wednesday edition of the Morning Grind. What's up, fellas?
Yo, if you were listening to that mix, stay listening to us today, because we're giving away 2 tickets.
How many?
To the Marley Show.
How many?
2.
2.
So you get to take a friend.
Okay.
Or somebody that you want to become your friend.
Exactly. A friend of, somebody who
maybe by the end they'll be your friend.
Maybe by the end. Well,
2 tickets is how it began.
Okay.
Are you dropping bars over there, sir?
Eggs and breakfast is how it ends.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
T-Bone and Welch's great. I mean, not the. I've done that before.
Conversate for a few.
He told us what to do.
He really did.
And I'm telling you, man, I got my game. I'm a 90s dude. When I came into my manhood, man, Boomerang,
right?
R&B songs.
Yeah,
they told me what to do. LL Cool J. I don't know how many LL Cool J songs I embodied, but yo B, why you leave your chick all alone with me?
LL Cool J is cold.
I'm telling you.
He just dropped a new project.
Yeah, and today at 11 o'clock, his new song, the video premieres with Eminem.
Oh, really?
He's got M on this joint.
Wow. That's crazy.
Uncle L.
Yeah. Eminem is a bad boy, man. I think he's caught so much heat, all his life, all his career. And still there's a lot of people say, well, Eminem ain't, he ain't the GOAT.
It's always a weird one, right? Because I go back and forth. I get what most of them is racially motivated when they say that stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm like, everything you ask him to do, he's done.
Yeah.
And sometimes people say, well, man, you ain't never went to the club and heard them play. Man, put on that Eminem.
Yeah.
I get it, but that ain't the only place the hip-hop music exists, though. And the music that he makes isn't for dancing. I mean, you can dance to it if you want to, but you don't have a bloody nose afterwards.
If you were ever a rapper, if you've ever been in a cypher, those who are in the know, the real hip-hop heads, dude, we had him when we found out he was battle rapping, that he could freestyle.
Yeah, exactly.
Written is different. But to come off the top of the dome in front of crowds, man,
that takes skill.
He a real one.
Yeah, it takes skill.
He the same everywhere.
To your point, he could do what you need him to do.
Yep.
And then when it was time to become commercial, he's like, okay, I could do that too.
Yeah. Some of my favorite rappers, man, like you wouldn't hear them in the club. Like you have a guy like, let's say a Common, right?
Yeah.
Common, we ain't hearing Common in the club, but ain't nobody denying that man's pen either.
This is true.
The Roots, you have what's my boy, Black Thought?
Yeah.
Black Thought. I ain't never been in a club and heard a Roots record. I'm just being real. Now I've been in where like that space was like, let's say like a Body Rock or something like that. Shout out to them. They'll play something like that.
On the East Coast, they get love.
See, I'm a
here,
different dude.
Here in Texas, I could imagine.
Yeah.
I know they're not getting in the West Coast either, because I lived out in the West Coast too. I ain't never remember hearing none of that.
Exactly.
But
yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
They got a lot of play back in the East.
I just make sure I just point out, I'm like, yo, the club ain't the only place, and the radio ain't the only place either.
Thank you.
That a person you can't say. To me, I'll just leave it at that. Eminem is undeniable, and I've been guilty of it a few times. Going, man, he ain't this and that, but this dude has come back time and time again.
Yes,
and he's held his own, and I don't think he's really changed his style.
No,
he's just been himself.
And he's got multiple. To your point, though, he's got multiple styles. He can go fast.
Yep.
He can get crazy. He can get lyrical.
Yep.
Yeah, I like him. And then, Rap God. When he did Rap God.
Yeah.
He was
crazy,
showing
right?
off there.
It's crazy. All right, let's take a call real quick before we go to break. Good morning. How you doing?
Yeah, so I watched that debate, and, like, I was really impressed with the set. I mean, you know, it had a great backdrop, you know, the blue and everything. I mean, the blue hue. I mean, it looked really cool and everything, but I thought it was a joke, honestly, because, I mean, it was just nothing but softball questions. And I felt like Trump had the upper hand in the debate just because, I mean, there were no hard questions being asked. And so I felt like Trump had the upper hand. I felt like Kamala came out the underdog, but I think she's still going to win anyway. What do you think?
Good question, fellas. Y'all got.
I think this is going to turn out to be one of the closest wins ever. That's what I think.
Yeah.
And to your point, there were positives and negatives last night, and I honestly believe it depends on who you are and who you support is who you think won.
Yeah.
The New York Times this morning is saying a sharp Harris and a rattled Trump.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but
exactly.
I can't say he's always rattled. Opinion. You know, he's always
rattled
off the top of the dome. I was talking off air with Jabari here about how he had two Puerto Rican musical artists and he forgot their names and couldn't pronounce their names. And then he awkwardly invited them on stage. He was caught up by the moment like, hey guys, just come up here. They don't know who you are. These people don't know who you are. Get up here fast.
Mm-hmm.
You don't do that. Who does that? Get up here fast.
He does that.
What you rushing me
when
for?
You old, listen. when you old and out of touch,
you do that.
When you old and you out of touch, you do that. And when people are telling you, "Hey, man, do this. This is gonna make you look good in the public eye," that's when you do that.
Yeah, when people are talking about it.
You know who I think? You know who I think is gonna lose? All of us. That's what I think. That's what I think. A person that's on the phone. I never got your name, but anyways, you know who I think won? You there?
Who you think won?
I think America won and lost last night. This is the weirdest thing ever, right? I think it was vastly entertaining. We know that other countries are going to look at us and go, oh, here they go again. Look who they picked. This person here was putting everybody and their mama in jail a few years ago, and now we're going to have him as our president. Or this person here had a whole insurrection and still doesn't believe they lost an election that they lost.
Right.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, we messed up no matter what. That's what my answer is.
Okay.
I
hear you. I hear you. We're on the same page. Now, before I hang up, I just want to remind you folks that watch a lot of television, watch a lot of TV, and are brainwashed by the mainstream media, and many of you are, and I was too. I was just like you, only I took the red pill. But I want you guys to know something. I want you guys to know that, I mean, man, the revolution will not be televised. Hey, you have a great morning, okay?
You too, man. Take care. Thank you.
I don't even watch TV. That's the crazy part. I did not watch the debate last night.
Oh,
you know what I was doing?
Oh, man.
No, hear me out. I was doing a comedy open mic last night, and I'm going to be honest with y'all. I watched a little bit of the highlights. I treat it like sports. I watched the highlights the next day, and I go, okay, that was that. Y'all know something about the highlights? Guess what? They're not too far off. When you figure out, okay, you see the end result, right? Cowboys played against the Browns, right? I watched the highlights. It was 10 minutes, so that means it was condensed. First of all, I still don't think the Cowboys are a good team. I don't. I still don't have any faith, and this is a metaphor you'll pick up in a second. I still don't have a lot of faith in Dak Prescott in leading that offense to the promised land.
Wow.
Wait, Courtney, are you speaking metaphor at 7:54? I am. I'm about to make it all make sense. I still don't believe in the leadership of the Cowboys. I love Jerry Jones. I think he's cool, but I think he needs to back off a little bit, or maybe change it up and be radical and put the helm into the hands of somebody with new ideas. Maybe get a third party. Maybe get a different party. Maybe we've been doing the same thing for so long that maybe we need to change up. It's emblematic and symptomatic of all the problems that we have because we keep on putting the same people in place. We bring somebody in there that really ain't in charge. Wait, but you said he's the head coach. Yeah, we elected the head coach. Yeah, but he ain't really in charge. His ideas seem radical for a second, but then he just does the exact same thing that he's told to, and guess what? We get the same results. Cowboys keep losing. We beat the teams that, we're like, oh my goodness, we beat this team,
right.
But guess who it is? Giants. Who cares? Guess who it is? The Philadelphia Eagles, the Redskins, or the Commanders, whatever they're called, the Washington Generals. I don't know. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of metaphors going on. Keep up, people. My biggest point is that we can argue till we're blue in the face, but at the end of the day, unless we change it from the top down, and guess what? The top ain't the coach.
That's true.
Whoa,
That's
Courtney,
true.
Crazy. The top is not the coach.
Yep.
The top is not the president. So starting your local elections, if you don't like what's going on with the people that are next to you, meaning they are actually in your county, they're actually in your state, that person in Washington ain't really mattering. Just call it what it is. Are you going to vote in the local election or not? Did you vote in the local elections? I'm preaching to the choir here, but this person that we just talked to that's talking about, TV and all that stuff, at the end of the day, that person really was a prosecutor, a general? What was it? What was Harris's?
Yeah, I think it's a prosecutor. Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
prosecuting people for stuff that now is legal.
Yeah.
Putting them in jail, changing their lives,
right.
Helping a lot of people no longer be here, or when they come out, guess what? You're a felon and you can't work certain jobs.
Right.
You can't get certain loans. You're not able to do certain things that a lot of citizens are able to do right now.
Yeah.
Heck, are they even able to vote?
That's true. Very true.
Wow, Courtney.
Yeah.
I'm done.
All
I
right,
think
cool.
I'm off my soapbox.
Very good. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We got more to talk about. Lots to talk about this
Can't
morning.
wait.
Oh, my goodness. This is a Wednesday edition of The Morning Grind. Your boy Jabari Warfield, Dab Dub, Simply Courtney. We'll be back. Get to work at 8 o'clock at 8:05. I've been there, done that.
Hey, you sound like you're judging, bro.
Hey, no, I
Hey,
ain't
you need
judging.
to quit judging. Don't be doing that.
I'm not
So
judging.
early in the
Judging.
morning, looking down his nose at people.
I would slap both of y'all.
You know what? I'm walking out. I'm offended.
I'm with you because he threatened to slap. Plus, there's some tacos over there. I want to go eat a taco right quick.
There are some tacos over there. So definitely want some extra time on your ride. Before we get to that, just real quick, just want to say rest in peace to the one and only Frankie Beverly. Frankie Beverly passed away. I believe it was probably either late last night or early this morning. But
Oh, no.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
man.
Roland Martin. Who's a news journalist, and also Ed Gordon. Many of us remember Ed Gordon from BET. Both on their Instagram, both reporting that Frankie Beverly from Frankie Beverly and Mays has passed as of this morning. You talk about the GOAT, man.
Yeah.
He's got the T in GOAT. Okay,
I'm
he really
prepared.
does.
I'm prepared for that.
Oh, my
I
goodness.
say that he is the GOAT because his music is timeless.
Yeah, exactly.
And that is real talent. This man literally is a cornerstone for black culture and has been that for
Yes, sir.
decades.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
he
sir.
is.
I remember I had.
Get me started.
Here
Yeah.
we go.
I had not an argument. I was talking to one of my neighbors back in the day, and we were talking about how I think Earth, Wind, and Fire had Frankie Beverly Mays couldn't make one of the dates, and Earth, Wind, and Fire was in there for them, and people were like, Earth, Wind, and Fire? We don't want Earth, Wind, and Fire. We want Frankie Beverly and Mays. And I'm like, whoa, hold up. I was like, well, time out. Somebody done made a whole lot of folks upset. Because to me, Earth, Wind, and Fire is like up there. That's like one of my 5 top favorite groups. But Frankie Beverly and Mays, it just the sound is just incredible from the 70s on up. You remember them album covers with the hand, it looked like a maze is what it was. And incredible players. Their guitar player Jobu has been on a lot of Tony, and D'Angelo stuff. Oh my God, yeah.
Don't nobody know the name of the guitarist but Jabari.
You see why I'm recording. For those of y'all that don't know, y'all can't see.
Man,
but
you don't know Joe Boo.
I don't know Joe Boo.
I know Joe Boo.
I started recording just because I know he's about to say something, and I'm just like, it's gonna come out, and I'm just gonna let it come out.
Who Joe Boo is? He owns the Nigerian supermarket down on Crenshaw.
Joe Boo, that's the dude in Black Panther that pulled his lip down.
You see,
Exactly.
but little did we know that at night he be out there touring with Frankie Beverly.
I'm trying to educate y'all.
You are educating.
I'm trying to educate y'all. All right,
Yo.
let's take a call real quick. Good morning, caller. How you doing?
Good morning. It's West Texas. How y'all doing, man?
What's up, Wes?
West.
What's good
What's
with
going on,
you?
man? How you
West
doing?
Side.
Man, y'all are talking about a lot of stuff, and I just want to say rest in peace, Frankie Beverly Mays. That's my highway, man.
No
All
doubt.
day,
No
every
doubt.
day.
No
Yes, sir.
doubt.
Yes, sir. No question.
I
Timeless
can get
music.
to one city to the next. Like you said, it's endless. It's endless.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. He was.
Yo,
Man.
Incredible.
West Texas. Tell me you ain't at the cookout and some young cats ain't bopping. Joy, love, resilience. His song could be played at celebrations, at sorrows. You got the old heads bopping to him. You got the young heads bopping to him. I mean, who else can do that, man?
And one of my favorites is to all us black people, all us brothers, even, the ones that just get along together. White, black, and Mexican, they don't care.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's we are one.
Yes, sir.
We are one. That's the joint.
Yeah.
That's the joint, man. It's heartbreaking, brother. And I think that the thing about it that makes it so heartbreaking, of course, time's going to move on. We're all going to lose folks. I just lost one of my boys who I went to school with and grew up with. So time keeps moving on, man. But to lose, one of the greats, man, it's oof, that is, because he was up there, man. Frankie, the whole band is just incredible, The
whole band. I mean, my condolences go out to the whole band, the family, all of them, man. I know they just broken hearted. I know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, most definitely. So rest in peace, Frankie Beverly.
And I'm gonna move on to Eminem. He's a lyrical genius.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, West
I mean,
Texas. Go ahead.
I appreciate you saying that, West Texas.
Yeah, that song, Just Gonna Stand There and Watch Me Burn. I would have never liked that song, and I kept listening to it. I said, I like this song because he got some stories to tell. He really does.
His stuff is like that.
And he moves fast, just like
Twister.
Yeah.
Yep.
Twister, and the other one,
Busta Rhymes.
Busta's like that
Busta
too.
Rhymes.
Yeah, Busta's like that too.
Yeah.
And so that's how that goes. And let's move on to Donald Trump and Kamala Harris.
Come on.
A lot of black folks are voting for Donald Trump. I don't know why. I can't stop them.
You know
but a lot
why?
of black
Because they
folks are voting
rich.
for him.
What? They rich. They trying to
A lot of
protect.
black folks are voting. I even heard some come on the radio and defend this man. I was like, I'm in KZI,
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, we take all types.
Sure.
But hey, we here for the jokes too. I'll make fun of Kamala.
Y'all
I'll
make
make
fun
fun
of
of Trump. But since we talking Trump, you asked.
Right.
And I'm making
And
fun
let
of all
me-
of them.
and-
I don't care.
And let me
Everybody's
just go
getting it.
ahead and just spoil the whole day.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a diehard fan when it comes to Cowboys. Okay, and games don't win a Super Bowl. Playoffs win a Super Bowl.
That's
Talk
true.
about it
But
then.
one thing about it. Listen, we're America's team because win or lose at 12 o'clock or 3 o'clock when we play, the streets are empty.
Oh.
There's nobody.
Wow.
The stands are full.
I like that.
Everybody's glued to the TV.
Where you living
We
at,
could be
West
in last
Texas?
place.
Where you living at? Why the streets is empty? Because
West Texas.
I could come up on some stuff right then. I can go out there. I can go get me a
out of line.
Jaguar. I can do some looting. I just want to know where you talking about specifically. Let me get a pen and paper. Let me write this down. Where exactly, brother? Where exactly? Oh, see, now he get quiet. See what? Hating.
Y'all have a great day.
You
Take care,
too.
bro.
That is awesome.
Hey, I think somebody tugged at him. Hey, shut up. Be
He
quiet.
said West Texas. He
said,
said,
"Oh,
that's
I'm
where he
coming
lives,
through."
West Texas.
He said, what time is the game now? That's when I'm going to pull up with
The
the...
first card that ain't got the club on it,
Oh, man.
I'm on it.
I'm back in the U-Haul. Look, I'm taking
Man,
everything.
yeah, my parents from New York, both of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Right.
So the Slim Jim, You know how many times I done had to break into a car? When I see somebody struggling to get in the car, I don't walk past. I don't be like, first thing I say is, hey, man, let me get that.
Oh, you are.
You know what I mean?
Really?
My parents had me in New York in the 80s.
Wow.
With bombed out buildings and cars on bricks. Have you ever seen a car on bricks, on cinder blocks?
That's
like
a lot.
for weeks at a time.
It's a real
too.
thing.
For weeks at a time.
It's a real thing.
I think on we call it North Lamar. I have. I was trying to start like, I've never seen that
graffiti.
You go to Runberg, you'll see that real quick.
You will. Yeah, you will.
Catching cats dropping graffiti on subways.
I've never seen it. Okay, so I can speak on that. I have never seen anybody like, and when I'm using the phrase bombing and like graffiti and tagging, I've never seen a person tag before.
I have.
I've driven through areas and it's been like it wasn't there. Then I drove back and it was there like that. And I'm like,
you keep
I'm
it
waiting.
moving. When you see it, you keep it moving because you don't want to get caught up, especially because at that age,
right?
They just look a little older. You know, I was 10, 11. Them boys was about 17, 18.
Okay.
But when the popo come, they trying to round up everybody. So, you know, I'm walking past admiring. Just remember the train so you can see it later and be like, oh, that's what he did.
Exactly.
When it passed
You
by.
never did it.
No, man. I don't have them skills.
Oh, so you're close.
I am nice, but I'm not nice with a spray paint.
Not nice like
That's
that.
hard, right?
You gotta get the fine lines,
stencil stuff.
and then you gotta spray and cover larger. No, I don't. I'm not nice with that. Pen, chalk. Yeah, I can get down
The
with
closest I ever came to spray paint, like some stuff, I like spray painting a box black. That was it.
That was it.
The whole box. My fingernail was black too.
I think I spray painted a cabinet once.
There you
That's
go.
about it.
Hey, Jabari, don't Simply Courtney seem like the type of dude that oversprays?
Yeah.
Like he's spraying one spot too long, and then now we stuck with a drip mark of paint.
I think he undersprays.
Oh,
I might have, but I also think one day I was doing this and I was like, wait a minute, I think I could do this. And then I tried to write my name and I was like, all right, this ain't me.
Not happening.
This ain't what I could do.
Oh my goodness.
This ain't hard. I got this. Let me do this real quick. Wait, what?
Right.
Oh man, wow.
Yeah.
Let me just go ahead and cover that whole thing.
I can see that.
Yeah, it was bad.
I can see that. Let's take a call real quick. We got somebody
what's up?
Who calling
Good
in?
morning, caller. How you doing?
Hey, good morning, Jabari. Hey, to the team this morning, man. Simply Courtney.
Talk to me. What's up? I'm here. I'm here.
You are now the king of KZI.
Hey! All hail the king.
Hey, they wouldn't let me be chief.
Doing it metaphorically. You taught me something, man. The way you did that eloquently,
Thank you, sir.
just put it in your perspective, and everything you said was totally correct.
You're down with the king.
Nice.
I'm still trying to be police chief.
Hey, man. Hey. Now, I still got to pay homage to my boy Jabari.
Yeah.
'Cause that's the legend.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Dapper D, you the man.
Appreciate you.
Man, y'all are doing it. I'm keeping it locked to the left, KZI.
Woo.
Then y'all are doing it.
Thank you, brother. We
Man,
appreciate you.
Thanks for
Keep
listening.
letting us have it. Keep letting us have it. Y'all be blessed.
All right, you too, man. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Appreciate the love.
Hey,
Yeah,
and,
man.
And real quick, man, I know we're talking about everybody else too, but also James Earl Jones, man. We
Oh
gotta
my
make
God.
sure.
Oh, bro.
I was
Courtney,
listen.
I am your father.
Well, so hey, here you go. Here you ready for this?
Yeah, go
Y'all
ahead.
gonna like this. Y'all gonna like this.
All right, go ahead.
My son Akeem works. For the
Whoa!
record, I have said on that.
Hey.
I have said on that for a decade. I'm
Yeah.
not even playing with y'all.
Yeah.
I have been able to do a James Earl Jones for about a decade of my
Really?
life. I've been doing comedy for a little over a decade too.
Yeah.
I've never been able to work a James Earl Jones impression into a joke because the audience has always been. And for me, mine was Coming to America. So I was going to ask you guys, when we say James Earl Jones, I'm curious for y'all, who do y'all think of when it comes to a movie? Like, what's his role? Is it Star Wars, him being the voice of Darth Vader?
Oh.
Is it him in person? Like, for me, it's him playing King Joffrey Joffa of Zamunda. You know, like, that's my dude. Who's James Earl Jones for you?
Vader, man.
Is Vader?
Vader.
That's
Vader.
what's up.
Because I remember, and the reason why is because I remember hearing him in the movies, right? And there's a process. I actually put it on my Instagram. There's a process in the way that they did his whole voice because he wasn't the original voice of Darth Vader. I don't know if you know that.
Didn't know that.
Okay, so David Prowse is the guy in the suit, 6'7", but cat like a little bit bigger than you. And they used his voice at first, and he's from England, so he's got a British accent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't quite working. So they catch James Earl Jones, who was a phenomenal actor, like stage actor beforehand. They pay him, and I think we had talked about this.
Yeah,
they paid him like $4,000. Basically, took him in a booth, sound booth, and he did all the parts. And so they piece all of his parts into the movie. And I think they said, well, you can have $4,000 now, which of course is back in 1976, or you can have a percentage of the movie on the back end. So he said, okay, I got guaranteed money, $4,000. Boom, I'll take it. Not knowing this thing was going to blow up, not knowing this thing, in 2024 is still one of the biggest movies out there. So what they did is they took him in to the sound booth, put his voice on there, and it sounds so much more menacing because his voice is just deep. Like you guys kind of match up voice wise. Deep, very strong. That theater background came in, and so he knew how to slow his voice down. He knew how to sound evil. He knew how to be like, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
He knew how to gear shift his voice, man.
Yeah.
It's like, so that was when I think of him. Yes, and I've seen a lot of the movies he's been in, but Darth Vader will always be, and of course, King Jaffe Joffer.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all my movie, but I'm not gonna tell you the name. Let me see
Let's
if
do it.
y'all
I
got
can't
this
wait.
one.
All right.
It's 1974. This is the story of a single black Harlem mother living on welfare with 6 children who finds love with a garbage collector, Rupert Roop Marshall. The pair's relationship is complicated by their poverty, the restrictions of the welfare system, and the hostility of her children, particularly eldest son Charles, who believes that Roop will leave their mother just like her previous husbands had. When Rupert is invited inside this lady's shabby apartment, the children are rude and vulgar towards him. Now, first of all, I'm not gonna tell you all the rest because I know Young Buck over here is gonna have to go home and watch it now.
Yeah.
But the movie is called Claudine.
This is the young James
And
Earl Jones.
it was
with his
big,
shirt off.
1974.
Yeah.
It was big to my parents.
Okay.
And so whenever it came on, we would watch it a lot. My dad is gone, so I'm getting a little choked up because, I think he liked it too. But a garbage collector brother could come up and get a fine little thing.
Right.
And yeah, that's Claudine. That's the one I remember.
Yeah.
That's so
because
cool.
of the significance to my parents and in their day what it meant. 74, a black show, a movie, and they grossed a little bit of. They got about $6 million in the box office.
Wow, that's
back then.
Yeah.
That's a modest hit for the time.
That ain't bad. No, that ain't bad at all. That is not bad at all.
And Jabari, what you were saying, again, anybody that we could sharpshoot James Earl Jones, but according to 2013dollars.com, $4,000 in 1976 is the equivalent to $22,111 today.
Yeah.
Tell me you walking away from
Man,
bands
not
like
no
that.
guaranteed money like that.
We
Not
talked
guaranteed money.
about that. There's
Just
no
saying.
way. I get it, and I get it. I get what people saying. You say have foresight, but man, 22,000 right now.
When
Yeah.
some nerd
Yeah.
talking about
Yeah.
some old sci-fi that ain't
Yeah,
been done
man.
before,
Yeah.
Man, I'm taking
man,
it.
you don't know if they ready.
I'm gonna be mad at myself later, but I'm gonna be happy with myself right now.
That 22, you can do some
Exactly.
things with a 22,
Sure,
with
you
You can do something
22,000.
with 4,000.
Thank you. Yeah,
No,
in 77, yeah.
no. We only want the equivalent.
I know. I got you.
Look at he
No,
said,
man.
well, if Douglas will read for 22,000, I'll read the lines for 4,000.
Sir, I'm in 2024.
You're stealing money
4,000
from me.
That
Exactly.
4,000 would get me to move right now.
See, we just found out who Simply Courtney is.
Yep, 4,000. 4,000 is it.
He said, I can do it cheaper. I'm the Timu
Bro,
for
bro.
Dapper D.
Yeah,
Shut up. That was a good reference.
Oh my God,
That was a
yo.
good
Oh
reference.
my God.
Oh my
You can get the
goodness.
real deal,
Homie.
or you could get me.
I'm about to go next door and record those lines right now.
Yo.
Did that Timu remix.
Where'd Courtney go? He said he working on a project.
Jabari, Simply Courtney seemed like the dude I shouldn't tell that I do acting roles because he just gonna follow me around.
I'm undercut.
And when I leave, he gonna walk right in and say, whatever lines he did, let me run them. I'll do it cheaper.
They said $80. I said I'll do it for 78. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
See? That's
All
why
right.
you gotta keep your cards close to the vest.
This
Don't
is
tell
true.
the price.
I'm gonna let y'all negotiate them prices. we go take a break and come back. This morning is 8:34. This is the Wednesday edition of the Morning Grind. Your boy Jabari Warfield, Dap Dub, and Simply Courtney in the building. Well, good morning. Glad y'all are with us. got a whole bunch of stuff that we've been just kind of going back and forth on, man. It's just been absolutely crazy. So first of all, rest in peace. We want to say rest in peace to the one and only Frankie Beverly. Just got word this morning that he passed away. Frankie Beverly and Maze, an outstanding group, just years, decades, and just so much great music that they've given us, or at least Frankie, of course, part of it, and I think the band has been transitioning to something new as well. Actor James Earl Jones also made his transition, so we're praying for his family and just really just kind of just reminiscing, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Let's see. What else are we talking about? I got word that Sade has got some new music coming out.
Yep.
Waiting on that.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, Sade's got some new music coming out later this year. Andre 3000 is supposed to be on.
I was wondering why she stopped texting me so much. She must have
have
been in the studio.
It's because you be texting at 3 a.m. She's trying to work.
She in the studio.
Also, Raphael Sadiq is getting back together with D'Angelo. Of course, he worked on. No, I know.
I thought you were going to say they're about to.
No, yeah.
D'Angelo. Oh, okay.
Sorry, dude.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's back in the studio with D'Angelo. D'Angelo is going to be releasing a new project. Raphael Sadiq, of course, produced Untitled from the Voodoo album, which is the one everybody liked. How does it feel? Raphael from Tony. So real quick as well, happy birthday to Harry Connick Jr.
Hey.
And also Ludacris. Yeah, Ludacris.
I get two guesses. 45. 46?
Oh God, I don't know.
Oh, I actually know. 47.
40 is Luda 47?
47.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yep.
Yeah, he works out like a fiend too, man.
Bro, that dude is
He works out like a
everywhere.
fiend. Yeah. He's making it happen, man.
He might be on his way to LL Cool J Ice Cube status.
Oh,
Yeah.
he is.
No, Ice
Yeah,
Cube and Ice
He
T,
did
I guess.
it.
I mean,
He did a Christmas special.
Wait, what?
Yeah, with Lil Rel,
Oh, wow. All right. Yeah, he might be.
and it was good.
That boy got the bag.
Yeah. He did his thing.
Yeah, he is doing his thing. That's for sure.
I got a question.
Talk about it.
Since you brought up Sade,
Yeah.
can you go to the Sade concert without your girl?
Oh.
Do you have to take her? Somebody help me out with that. I was
Jabari, what's
single.
your
Last one I went to, I was single. Last time I went.
As a gift to my mom, I was working for a radio station, so I got a chance to get some tickets to Sade.
Yeah.
And I took my mom with me. So that was
Okay.
that's my first
Look at
girl, my
Jabbar.
first love.
good son.
But yeah, we took it. So yeah, but I mean, do you take your girl to a Sade concert?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I was
What-
thinking
okay,
so.
You ain't going home with Sade. You
What
better
about the
take your
drool?
girl to Sade
What about the
concert.
drooling? And the and then
Bro,
the
you can't-
brother next to you is like, dog. You see her turn around like that? Boy, you can't do that.
Well, you keep it. Here's the thing, bro.
Okay.
You keep it inside.
Why?
What do you
Who
want?
goes to a concert to be withdrawn?
Okay, do you want your girl to get out the
Held
car?
down.
Do you want your girl out the car and to walk-
Incapacitated.
do you walk east and go west? Do you want that? If
That's why you don't take her.
You wild.
I'm gonna let you.
Okay,
I'm gonna let you
how about
roast
this?
in that
How about
stew
this?
by
When
yourself,
she go to the Taylor Swift concert, when she go to the Sierra concert, do you try to go with her? When she go to see Beyonce, do you say, "Hey, let me go"? You be like, "Yo, do your thing."
Man,
So
Sade's
just
on-
say you going to the Sade concert.
Sade's on a whole nother level.
I bet a lot of ladies,
level.
and this might be generational, young buck.
Talk to me.
But I bet a lot of ladies ain't listening. They ain't up on Sade. I think this is the dude, and I think it's the dudes from my generation. But she probably ain't even interested. So, okay, have a good concert.
I don't know
I'm
about that.
speaking for the ladies on this one only because just the idea I have. You wouldn't want your man going to a concert like that by himself because he might not stay by himself alone.
Oh.
Like, like birds of a feather flocking together and meeting people and stuff. So me personally, I would, if I was the woman, I'd say I'm going with you to partake and watch. And then you're just going to have to deal with him finding because it's the hall pass, but in this case, it's an unattainable hall pass.
Okay,
Now,
so then
yeah.
if the lady comes,
Yeah.
is it she's got to be withdrawn,
Yeah.
held back,
Let you do your
incapacitated, and let the brother drool, let the brother enjoy the show,
Yeah.
and then don't get all up in your
And
feelings,
don't go
right?
up, and don't go up on the stage either, though.
Yeah,
That's
yes,
what I'm
yes,
saying.
Why
yeah.
is it-
Stay off the stage.
Stay off the
please.
stage.
Don't go if you're gonna give attitude. It's Sade.
Well, I'm saying,
supposed to drool.
He can't go up on the stage. You can't go up
Why
on the
not?
stage and
What-
get a lap dance from Shotty.
Hold on. What if she take that finger out
No.
and say,
Nah.
"Come here"?
I'm gonna put my hand
red
up.
shirt. Come
I'm
here.
putting my hand on
Doubt
red
it.
shirt.
No,
No,
Janet
I
Jackson would do
I'm
that.
going.
Janet Jackson
And
would
once
do that.
again,
Sade.
if I was the woman in that situation, I'd have that arm up too. Say no, she ain't. She ain't
No,
talking to you.
well, we about to have a Chris Brown and these explicit photos he's
Wow.
taking situation because she about to get stiff armed. And go ahead and put her arm out like you just demonstrated.
Yo, get up, swim
I'm gonna
move.
turn into Barry Sanders. I'm gonna give it that head fake to the left. I'm going right. I might even spin, and I'm a high step once I get past her, all the way to Sade Adu, British Nigerian singer.
Wow.
She about to get all the laps she want.
you
I'm
go.
not look, she there to put on the show. How dare I not yet let the young lady transmit her art?
Just make sure you wipe the drool from your mouth before you hit the stage.
That's
all I'm saying.
Sade's problem.
No,
Not mine.
she don't want no drool on her. You don't know that white dress that she be wearing. No, sir, don't do that.
Hey,
Don't do
you
that.
remember the dress she was wearing,
I
right?
remember the dress because I saw it at the concert. Sunday,
Player,
and
I can remember there was
I
a
was
point
4.
where she turned around and her back was towards us singing.
Yeah.
And she didn't need to do the frontal. We
Yeah,
good.
exactly,
We good.
exactly.
Girl, sing your song.
Exactly.
Do your thing.
Right. Let's go to the phone. Good morning, caller. How you doing?
Good morning, Jabari. Good morning, Douglas. And who's is that Simply Courtney?
There it is.
Yeah,
That's who it is.
Same guy for how many months? How many months you been here?
I've been here for
A pregnancy?
wow. I think that's what
Pregnancy.
we're gonna go with. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna go with a pregnancy. I've been here for a pregnancy.
Wow.
Oh, that's wild. How you
Oh,
doing
my
this morning?
God. Good morning.
I'm doing fine. You have a complex name.
I do.
I'm trying to figure. Yes, you do. I'm trying to figure out now. Is KAZI a community broadcast radio station for the citizens of Austin, and especially for the black?
42
community?
years. 42 years.
What's the order? I want to hear what the
yeah,
order.
42 years.
And have you all even spoke on such an important event that happened last night, or the debate with Kamala Harris and this fool Trump?
Yeah,
I did.
Have you been
missed it.
tuned in?
Yeah, you missed that.
I already,
been
ca-
tuned
I
in?
already caused some problems when I spoke on it. Let's go.
Yeah,
What you
we
got?
did.
That
yeah.
was over. We covered that while you was out in your lawn yelling at the kids making too much noise out front. Yeah, we did that already.
Yeah, we touched on that.
Yeah, we did.
Well, hopefully, if I was yelling at the children, it was for a good reason.
Sometimes you
But,
gotta yell at them. I feel you. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show
They
people.
excited. They rambunctious.
Yes.
Let the kids be the
Sometimes
kids.
you have to be disciplined, and showing discipline is also a form of love. You want the best for your children, and you want them to do right, do good when they grow up into an adult.
Them ain't your
But where
kids
we
out there
get
on that
lazy.
corner. Them ain't your kids. Let them kids be.
Okay, if that was the case with your kids, would you want the parents that feel the same way with yours,
Oh no.
and they needed help?
If they making too much noise,
I love,
they gotta know.
I love my child, but I will put her in check if she gets out. I'll let her know. Anyway,
Okay.
how you doing, Miss Charlene? What's going on? What's going on? Talk to us.
I just want to say it was a beautiful debate. Kamala Harris hit the comments out the baseball park, hit that ball out the baseball park. She showed up who Trump was. She stood up there for the American people and for our rights to come together as a country. And Trump could not say anything, and I believe he has a problem with, which he do have a problem, especially with black women. And I feel he had a black nanny, and he's scared of black women because of black nanny probably put him in his place when he was a child. But I have to put my hat off to ABC News, David Meyer, and Lindsay. I forgot her last
Lindsay
name.
Davis.
Lindsay Davis. They kept the questions in neat and order. They presented, but Trump wouldn't go off the wall, and he wasn't defaming people, and they put Trump in his place that he couldn't answer. And he did not even own up to none of the mistakes that he was responsible for. Mm-hmm. And do we as Americans want this kind of fool in office? But Kamala Harris, she hit everything that was necessary with so many topics. And she can handle herself professional. This is the right person for the job. And she's going up there for the American people and not for political say or to be bought out by corporate America. She's going to keep us in remembrance first. So I wanted to put that out there, and this is a great event for the first black woman, not the first black woman, but for if she get into office to be the first black woman as president of these United States. Mm-hmm. And I tip my hat off to her. So I'm praying that justice prevails, and we need a change that's going to be positive for America and the world.
Amen.
To come together.
Well, thank you
Okay.
for
All
that.
right. Appreciate that, Miss Charlene.
All right.
Have a good one.
Leave them kids alone. Leave them alone.
Leave Miss Charlene alone about them kids.
All right.
Have a good
Go
one.
out and give them some hot
That's
cocoa.
okay. Douglas just wants some attention. He needs that attention.
Give them some
So,
hot
hey,
cocoa.
You do
Hey,
for it.
hey.
Okay?
I know you got some
Y'all be
candy in the
blessed.
bottom
Be
of the
blessed.
purse with
Take
no
care.
wrapper on it. Go offer it to them.
Thank you for remembering my
do.
name. I was trying to tell her thank you for remembering my
It's,
name.
you know what? Here's the thing. I you know what? I appreciate her calling in. I
Mm-hmm.
really do. But you have been here a pregnancy term.
It has been a pregnancy, hasn't
Okay.
it? Dang.
The-
She got the name right though. I'm defending Miss Charlene right now. This is what's up.
This is okay. All right. I'm gonna let you do that.
She got the name right though.
gonna
She
let you do
did.
that.
She wasn't sure though.
Yeah.
She's like me when I meet my homies that like y'all have a homeboy that brings a bunch of different girls around, and so at some point
Me?
you just get. I ain't listen, sir. We ain't
That's what
talking
I
about
do.
you right now.
Oh, okay.
So
Thought you had been talking to my people.
but every time I see him,
giving brothers hope.
it may be a different girl or not, and so I'll be like, "Hey, person," and I just generally address people.
Yeah.
But once I'm familiar with you enough, I'm gonna say your name. I still might not be sure though, so I'm gonna say your name, but it's gonna be like enter a bang. Like,
But she got to get the voice though.
well, you know, my voice
And
changes.
if she's been listening,
Right.
we done said your name plenty of times.
You know,
when the brother comes back from breaks, when
He
we done
does,
had
though.
3 breaks
He the
already,
best.
we could Dapper D
He
and
the greatest.
Simply
Simply Courtney,
Courtney.
yep.
It
'Cause he the
rhymes. Could be in a
greatest.
place to be. It's all there.
Yes, sir.
Jabari.
Yes, sir.
I want to get to a couple of those topics
got it.
before we
Okay.
get our
Yeah,
person.
okay. All right.
Can a grown man order boneless wings?
Okay.
And does he need to check his manhood if he does? What's y'all take on that?
Stand by with that. Let's grab a call real quick.
Oh,
Morning,
who
caller.
calling it?
Good morning, caller.
Good morning. How y'all doing?
We good. How are you?
We good.
Hi.
You know, y'all been talking about all these movie stars and all this stuff, and presidential election and all this gospel this morning. And let me tell you something.
Yeah.
You might not believe this here. I seen this old movie star recently. He done aged quite a bit. And I tell you, man, I thought he was dead.
Who you
You
saw?
know
Billy
Michael
D.
Jackson.
Williams? Who you saw?
talking about?
Michael Jackson.
Boy, this boy.
Go see.
wow.
There you
Man,
go.
I'm-
Nah, come on now. Stop playing. Stop playing. That's my dude. That is my dude.
You saw Michael Blackson.
No, I want
Yeah,
to get the
yeah,
story. I need the story.
Yeah, go
Where
ahead,
you
go
seen
ahead,
that?
go
Where
ahead.
you
Keep
seen
going.
that?
Which version
going,
did
keep
you
going.
see? 70s Mike? 80s Mike? 2000s
I
Mike?
don't know. Now, I'm telling you, I saw him on Facebook. But, you know, Facebook can put some crazy stuff out there.
Yes, it can.
You know,
The phone
But
calls have
let
been
me
giving
tell
us some crazy stuff. When you talk about you don't see Michael Jackson, that brother been there since 2009.
No, he hasn't. This guy just say he just saw.
He ain't
Michael
seen him.
Jackson. Where'd you see him on Facebook?
I'm just a messenger. I'm just. If you go on Facebook, you can see him.
Well,
But what I
call the
actually want
cops
to
because
talk
he's a
about-
smooth criminal.
Well, what I really want to call and talk about
Yeah.
is that all these black elected officials that we've had in our history, you know, and we at number 3 on the scale of 1 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
And this, you know, I don't know what it's going to take for us to move forward. We didn't have black councilmen, black lieutenant governors, black presidents, black cab drivers, black everything. And we still at number 3 on my scale. It might be 2 on somebody else's scale. But we, you know, when we come, I'm 68 years old, and when 66 they built the first black project like that, Chacon and Rosewood. And then they parked it there for 75 years. And then when they wanted, they come back and took it. And then tell us that they're going to put 3 or 4 little houses to represent the first black project. Why they keep on taking our stuff? We love our stuff. We don't go over there taking their stuff.
He talking the truth,
And
man.
we'll sit here and embrace anybody that's running for any position.
Yeah.
What can they do once they get there?
See,
Right.
that's my thoughts. Thank you for that. Because
Yeah.
we talked off air over here, and we have to. Oh God, I don't.
Yeah, appreciate that, man. Go for it.
Yo, thanks for calling, man.
Thanks a lot, brother.
That call
Yes.
and the information you
People
dropped.
ain't gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
They gonna vote though, but they ain't gonna talk about it.
Right.
That's true. That's true.
And the first thing they do when they get in office, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat this here,
Don't.
Oh, it don't seem like you are.
they're gonna get a white Spanish assistant. Well, they come in a convoy with us, all blacks, come to churches, come to the store, go to restaurant, and then as soon as they get in office, a slap in our face. And then on top of that, while I leave, these black churches begin to have Spanish people to clean their church.
Dang.
And that's really slapped me in the face. Because I know a lot of black people sweep, mop, and pick up trash.
Man, we just took out the whole Spanish population with this call. The whole we just throwing them all under. Hey, thanks for the call,
Yeah,
brother.
appreciate you, man.
Your call was a
Y'all
thriller.
have a nice day.
You too, brother.
Thank you.
That was a thriller. Let me tell you, brother, you are not alone. They don't care about us.
Right.
And you should go tell Billie Jean that
Yeah.
you saw Mike Jack, and it was bad that you brought all that up. But
just human nature,
But you
though.
can't
Yeah,
beat
bro.
it. You can't beat it. And the way you make me feel,
Yeah.
the brother did it all.
I just wanted to be starting something.
Maybe.
There
Hey,
it
me
is.
scream.
He
That's
gets
all.
what I'm putting down.
I'm picking it up.
Jabari,
I'm
you
picking it up. Look,
my man.
Thank you, brother.
8.7, y'all.
Yeah, exactly. Here's my thing, and I understand what he's saying. I will give you an example of what he's talking about. I know that, like when I would go to see my folks in Detroit, my grandmother and grandfather lived in Detroit.
Yeah.
There's a road, and I believe it's I think it's Chicago or Wyoming, one of the roads that connects the highway to their neighborhood, to their old neighborhood. And when you drive down there now, it's been a couple of years since I've been, but last time I was there are a lot of old buildings that used to occupy, mechanic shops and beauty shops and grocery stores and all of that, and all of it's just the buildings are just a shell of what they were,
Yeah.
Back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Economically, I think that's what we need, and what we've always needed is an economic stronghold.
Yeah.
That's been our biggest thing. An economic stronghold, I think, is what would help. What for us is what we need, and we haven't had that because anytime you have to rely on somebody else for your economics, you're going to be put on their scale. You're going to do what they need to do and kind of conform to what they say is cool. So economically, I think that's what we need. I think it's been done in Atlanta, or at least we've tried to. There are a lot of black businesses in Atlanta. Same thing with Chicago. And same thing with the East Side. We had a whole neighborhood. It was none but black folks on the East Side, and now that's changed. And I know it's changed because I grew up there, so I've seen it change. And so an economic stronghold is definitely what we need to do. Let's take one more call, and then we're going to go to a break. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Jabari, Daphne, Simply Courtney.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
I know who this is.
Bell. I wanted to comment that I think Dapper Doug is having the wrong strategy with this whole Sade concert business.
Uh-oh. I'm going to just turn off the microphone and walk away right now.
Take your girl to concert. You get hot and bothered. She leans back and watches, and you get to go home and take advantage of all your feelings that you are having running through your body.
Uh-huh.
You get to take it out on her.
Yeah.
So, that's the strategy.
Just wipe the drool off your mouth and get ready.
You're not taking the right woman, because the right woman's gonna.
Thank you.
She's gonna just enjoy seeing you all enjoy yourself.
No, you're right. You're right. And then the
Enjoy
neighbors
seeing
will
you
know
enjoy.
my name. See, you are
Yeah.
you are spitting the truth. I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's like you're not thinking about this the correct way. You've got to use the right strategy.
Yeah. No.
And
got-
then just to the point, I'm hearing the gentleman before us and all the frustration. That's the whole point. This is, at the end of the day, this is two sides of the same coin, and it doesn't really matter. In my opinion, yes, a vote, do the best you can. But at the end of the day, the point is to keep us divided, because united we stand, divided we fall.
Yeah.
So on a micro level, at a community level, on a family level. You know, on the micro level, we have to get together and have each other's back. Families have to have each other's back. Neighbors have to have each other's back. Communities have to have each other's back. That's how we take care of each other. Because the people at the top that are profiting from all the divisions, regardless of the parties, they're going to continue to profit.
Yes.
So don't take the bait and love one another and keep each other close and support one another.
What's your name? What's your name? We got you. You deserve a shout out.
It's Vel. I am Ava's mother. I am a mother to a
what? So we've met before. See, I liked you already.
She's been up here.
Look at you. You identify. You understand the Dapper D, and then you went and hit us with that political. You got range, girl. You got range. Appreciate
Thank you. Well, that's why I'm a mother to a Warfield. Now you know why.
What? Warfields?
That's right. She got legs too, son. She got legs. All right, bye.
So I appreciate what she did there, and so now I do still have to ask: is it a crime to have your girl at the Sade concert by your side? Because she's telling me I need to be a smooth operator and not have just no ordinary love.
Right.
I need to have that good thing. I gotta find her, choose her wisely like a tattoo. And then I can enjoy the sweetest taboo. And then at the end of the night, I'll get the kiss of life.
But if not, you'll be the king of sorrow.
This is my man too, man.
You better cherish the day.
Y'all messing me up, man. I'm about to explode out this joint.
Morning.
I ain't never leaving this radio station.
Just in case you don't know, you're listening to KZI's Morning
Y'all the only
Grind,
ones that get me in my life. Y'all
with
get me.
Jabari Warfield, Dap Doug, and Simply Courtney.
Yes, sir. And we'll be right back.
The Morning Grind. Morning Grind. Morning.
KZI. Good morning, y'all. It is the Morning Grind. 9:06 here on 88.7 KAZI, September 11th. Man, what a day, what a day. I remember exactly where I was when I got the news. I was actually working at what is now Spectrum News, but I was at News 8 Austin.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm looking like everybody else is doing their thing. I'm in my room and I look up and I see this smoke coming out of this big tower, because basically what we had a bunch of TV monitors all over the place.
Yeah.
And I'm looking up and I'm like, what is going on with that building?
Yeah.
So I go to my news producer. He sees it and he starts freaking and starts calling people up in New York, because New York is basically where our home base office was.
Oh.
And next thing you know, we find out what's going on, man, and it's just the whole newsroom is in a panic.
I can imagine.
Right. And on top of that, I had a radio interview with a radio station across town. So I get in my car and I'm literally driving like this with my eyes up. Bro.
Yeah.
Like, is anything else going to happen?
Yeah.
Right. And then I'll go over to the radio station I'm at, and there's everybody at the station who works at the station is surrounding a big screen TV looking at this. People are crying.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nuts, man. It was absolutely nuts. Yeah, it was really crazy. 9:07, and good morning, y'all. This is Jabari, Dap Dub, and Simply Courtney, and we are the Wednesday edition of the Morning Grind. I want to stop down and talk to some good folks from the Mexicarte Museum, Bob Ozell and Sylvia Orozco. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Good. Excited. We're excited.
Awesome. I understand that you've got a really, really special program that's going to be taking place, I believe it's tomorrow? Or very soon?
Tomorrow, yes.
Yes. Please tell me about that.
Maybe Bob would want to start, because there's several events. Maybe we can go through that and I can talk a little bit about the reception.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, we have a special day tomorrow because some members of the Native American tribe that used to live in Austin are coming down from Oklahoma. And the tribe is called Tonkawa. Most people have heard of Comanche and Apache, but the tribe that actually lived in the Austin area was named Tonkawa. And I never even heard of this tribe, and I'm not a member of the tribe. But I had the opportunity to meet some of these fine folks that have been moved to Oklahoma a couple hundred years ago. And these folks are coming back to be thanked by the city of Austin for something that they did 180 years ago in our city.
Wow.
So that's why they're coming down. And Sylvia and Mexicarte has decided to open up their place and welcome them and have a special welcoming reception for them tomorrow.
Well, Mexicarte is the most beautiful place, so if it was going to take place, it has to take place there because Mexicarte has a lot of great history as well, and a beautiful, beautiful facility, and very meaningful to Austin. So, Sylvia, tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, well, I think most important is that we are bringing back history. We're bringing back history and acknowledging the original peoples that were here, thousands of years ago. And because this was the native lands of the indigenous people, and the Tonkawa people were the ones who were around this area for many years. And then later, of course, then the Spanish came, and then the became Mexico. And so, but sometimes, we don't acknowledge, or for many years, we haven't acknowledged the past presence and the contributions of the indigenous people, of the Mexican people, the Mexican American people, and the African American people. A lot of people that were here in downtown, in this area, that helped make Austin what it is today. I mean, it wasn't even called Austin, right? It had other names. It had other names. But I think that this is quite appropriate, and I want to thank Bob and his team for all their work, and Marta Cortera for making this possible, because I think it is through the work of people who really want to understand where we as a community, our beginnings came from, that we start learning about it, and then we want to spread the word. We want to spread the knowledge so that we as a community can understand our history and welcome everyone who has contributed to it.
Amen to that. I actually just got a message from our social media guy, Harris. Shout out to him. And he said there are a lot of places that Tonkawa, I guess it is, Tonkawa. Hopefully I'm saying
Tonkawa
it right.
Or however it's
right. There are a lot of places that are named after them here in this city, right? Or have a meaning. Do you know any of that?
Yeah, so, you would think there would be more places named after the Tonkawa tribe, given that they were in this area, for hundreds, if not thousands of years before we came. And they opened up their arms and said, settlers, come on in. Land is to be shared. They had no concept of putting a fence around a piece of property and having a deed of ownership. It was always a resource to be shared. So they allowed people to come, whether it be other indigenous tribes or white folk or whatever, to come and live in peace with them. So you would think that there would be more named, but there's one street. There's exactly one street. It's by Seton on 38th Street. If you ever drive on 38, there's a little road on there called Tonkawa Trail. That's it.
Wow.
One street sign in a metro area of millions of people. One street sign named Tonkawa.
And that's it.
That's it.
That's it. Well, it's time to reclaim what Tonkawa has meant to the city, and that's what this event is about. And if you're just joining us, we're talking with Sylvia Orozco and Bob Odell from Mexicarte Museum, and we're talking about a very important event that's going to be taking place, a part of Austin's history that a lot of folks don't know about. And the thing about it is now, I think we've always relied on books. I think we're the book generation, right? But these days you've got information at your fingertips with your phone or your computer, and and Google has, I would say, about 99.9% of whatever you need. But it's important because we as human beings have stopped talking about that. We've stopped emphasizing where we've come from. And it was just say, we're going towards the future. Okay, well, in order to build a great future, you really have to know the past. You really have to know where you started. So it sounds like this event is going to be a big part of that.
Yes, and I think we start with in the morning, we're going to be at City Hall with a proclamation. I don't know, Bob, you want to talk about the proclamation?
Well, the mayor has Kirk Watson has been the first mayor to reach out to the Tonkawa tribe in probably over 100 years. And he phoned up the chief of the tribe in January and said, hey, I want to congratulate you on a land purchase. I hear you purchased a small piece of land up about an hour north of Austin that you consider sacred mountain. Congratulations. And I'd like to invite you down to Austin. We'd like to honor you for your past contribution to our city. So that's kind of how it got started. And so that the mayor is going to make good on that promise and tomorrow morning in City Hall and do a small proclamation event and record that. So that's what Sylvia is talking about, starting at 9 o'clock.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Cool. Go ahead.
And
Sylvia.
then we're going to go over then to Republic Square. Republic Square was one of the first, one of 4 public squares that were laid out with the founding of Austin in 1839. And around it wasn't called Republic Square, there was Hempville Square, but even before that, I'm sure it had other names, and including, you know, the Mexican Park and Chile Park, where the Mexicans also lived. But it was also part of the area where the Tonkawas did have, I don't know if actually they lived around there, but they did used to live around there. And so it's coming back to a place that was their home, and we want to welcome them. And Republic Square now, Mexicarte has taken, you know, a leadership role in trying to bring back the recognition of those communities that once were there. And I don't know, I think sometimes things are magical or destiny. You know, how we met Bob and how we're working on the 5th Street corridor to bring back 5th Street Mexican American corridor, trying to bring back recognition of our ancestors. And so this year we designed, and with the help of Claudia Aparicio Gamundi and the Downtown Arts Alliance, these beautiful banners. And one of them actually makes homage to the Tonkawa. And these are placed around Republic Square. And so we're going to receive them at Republic Square, show them also the banner and welcome them. And then in the evening, have a reception here at the museum.
Sounds good. And sounds like everything's starting at City Hall, though, right? Tomorrow morning at 9?
Yeah, yes, but the main public, there's not enough room at City Hall in their little bitty press room there. So we're having a bigger event at 10:30 at Republic Square. So 10:30 at Republic Square, it's anybody can come to that, plenty of room, and there will be proclamations read and some announcements made about how the tribe's going to be thanked in the future, and it's going to be at the site of the Tonkawa campground, where they camped for a year and a half while Austin was a city. They came into the city, lived in the city limits, lived cooperatively with the people of Austin, and helped protect us from these raids, you know, from these Indian raids, from these wild tribes. So the Tonka was a friendly tribe, but they were good warriors, and so they came in and helped protect us during our time of need when our city had lost favor from the country, from the nation of Texas, and we were at risk of losing our capital status. So the Tonkawa came in and helped bolster the population of Austin, doubled the population of Austin in 1842 from 200 to 400, because there are 200 Tonkawa that came in, and they lived at this campground right at Republic Square. And so that's one of the things will be commemorated at 10:30 tomorrow morning.
Okay. So
Yes, and Republic Square is on the corner of 5th and Guadalupe Street.
wow, nice. Now, let me make sure I get this right, and then I have one of my co-hosts has a question as well. So Austin became a capital because of the Tonkawa.
It remained a capital because of the Tonkawa. It became capital in 1839, but 3 years later, when Sam Houston became president of Texas, he declared a state of emergency and ordered everybody to leave Austin. So the population dropped from 800 to 200, and our city was a sitting duck, with only 200 people in a city with all these buildings and that had all been built. It was a ghost town practically. So Austin needed help. So they invited the Tonkawa tribe to come live together with them for about 18 months to help protect the city from the raids that might be coming our way.
Wow. That's amazing. That's some amazing history. Dap, you got a question for you, brother?
Yeah, I'm pretty familiar with the Apaches and the Comanches that came and ultimately tried to compete for this territory, and the Tonkawa. I'm a little curious if you guys could tell our listeners a little bit about maybe the lifestyle and even what the name Tonkawa means. Would love to get more people interested to come out to this celebration.
Well, what a great question that is. So their lifestyle in that day, first of all, they were a live and let live people. In other words, their campsite was open. Anybody could come in. You'd be treated with hospitality. But if you come to kill, if you come to hurt their women and children, then this tribe will turn on you and will fight you with everything they got. But their lifestyle, they were a meat-eating tribe. So they hunted buffalo, they hunted deer. That was the main two food sources, and they would gather, other things. They would eat a lot of things, but mainly buffalo and deer, and so they liked to roam. When they lived in Austin, they would need to go out, send hunting parties out into the countryside to try to hunt because there wasn't enough food, just close to the campsite. But they have always been a friendly people. Some people have said that they were the friendliest tribe to Texas ever. Certainly there was no tribe more friendly to Texas than the Tonkawa. And when Austin needed their help, they came in, and about half the tribe came and lived here. And the name Tonkawa is a name that was given to them by a rival tribe. There's we know the town Waco north of us. Well, Waco is named after the Waco tribe of Indians, the Tawakoni, shortened to Waco. And when they saw the Tonkawa, that when they were under stress and they had their different groups all around, they would always stay together, like men, women, and children. They always moved together. They didn't separate people. And so they said, oh, those are the people that always stay together. And in their language, in the Wichita language, that word was Tonkawa, meaning they all stay together. So the Tonkawa didn't mind that name. And when people started calling them that, they allowed it because, it was kind of a cool name. And but their own name for themselves is different. It's in their own language. It's Tichkanwatich, which means the people previously mentioned. It's sort of hard to define what that means, and there's different thinking on that. But Tonkawa means they all stay together, and so there's a group of leaders that are coming and on this day, and they're moving around from place to place. But we're filming them for a documentary, and so I'm a producer of a documentary on the tribe. They've never had their story told before, and so we made sure that when the tribe is in Austin, that their delegation, they all stay together wherever they go. They're all staying together because it's really built really deep into their culture.
That's a beautiful thing. Sound like all of us need to do some history and some digging.
Yes,
for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Well, give us one more. Let us know all the information about the events happening tomorrow, and also if you guys are online and any information people can get online as well.
We should mention that later. They were here and they did help the settlers, but then they were removed. They were removed from Texas.
Wow.
And they had to leave, and they had to go resettle in Oklahoma. And I think there they moved several times also to finally establish their reservation today. And because of all those moves, and because of the things that happened with the move, their population was reduced, and they suffered. And then they finally resettled and were able to build up their reservation. I mean, their community, and so I think now they're about 100, 800, 900 people
Yes.
that in their,
Yes.
in their
Yes.
tribe.
Yes. We in Texas, we sent them into harm's way. We
Wow.
sent them into
Wow.
Oklahoma to live around the tribes that hated them because they were loyal to Texas. So they hated them and they attacked them, and they attacked the women and children when the men were out hunting. And it caused the tribe to not be able to reproduce. And so their numbers dropped from 500 all the way down to less than 50 people. In about 1920, they were down to 50 people. But as Sylvia just said, they've turned the corner finally, and they're back up to 800 people. So they're an up-and-coming tribe once again.
That's beautiful.
Yes, and most recently they came back and purchased or acquired their sacred mountain where they believe that that humanity was born.
Sugarloaf.
And they call it Sugarloaf, but I think in their language they call it La Tortuga, the turtle, and where they were born from there, and that the coyote was digging in the land and helped them come out, and then they were born. So I think there's a lot of beautiful stories, indigenous stories about creation, and we're going to learn history. We're going to learn about their different culture and their language. So I think it's going to be a wonderful event that we'll all be able to take something with us.
Sylvia, thanks for bringing that up, that how they were forced to leave their land and moved to Oklahoma in 1859 with that Trail of Tears. It's an atrocity that America just can't forget. These were the Native Americans. So thank you for bringing that up.
Amen to that. We owe a debt of gratitude, big time. We really, really do to the Native American indigenous people, without question. And this event, I think, is really important for kids and adults to learn our history, because I think we forget it. We're so into the now. We're so into what's happening now. But there is a history. There's a whole way of how we got here. You know what I mean? And it needs to be talked about. It needs to be shown. And this sounds like a wonderful event, and I'm glad you guys are doing this. Please give us the information one more time, if you would, please.
Yes. Well, Bob, you tell the first events, and I'll say the third one.
Okay. But before I do that, I'd just like to give a shout out to Mexicarte and KZI because, look, this is indigenous tribe. They've been gone for over 100 years. Haven't been invited officially to Austin in 150 years.
Wow.
And they're coming down. But where do they come? Who would receive them? I mean, you've got dignitaries, you have the mayor, you have the judge of Travis County that's going to read a proclamation. But where do they come? Who's going to actually take them in? It's the Latino community. It's Mexicarte that opened up their hearts and said, we want to do this. We want to acknowledge the history. And I just think Mexicarte is a standout example of what makes Austin Austin, and also KAZI to bring us on, to let us tell this story. You're doing the same thing. You're telling some of these stories that have not been told. And so anyway, that's I just really appreciate what's happening here. The big event in the morning is at 10:30 at Republic Square at 5th and Guadalupe. It's not going to be a long event, maybe half an hour, but there will be an opportunity to meet the tribe, some of the tribal delegation, the Chief Russell Martin, the president, Secretary Treasurer Rachel Starr, the top woman in the tribe, and about 5 other tribal members, leaders from the tribe are going to be there. So the city, the county will honor them at 10:30 at Republic Square tomorrow.
And that is to me, that's a sacred or wonderful moment to be back in a land, a place where this community lived. And I think it's tomorrow. That is open to the public. It's free. And we invite everyone to come join us at Republic Square at 10:30, right? 10:30.
Yes.
Very good. Yeah, it's a land that they helped save.
Exactly.
They helped save this. They helped save this town. They played that part, right? And then they were exiled. And people need to know that. Very, very important. Very important. So the Mexicarte Museum as well. We want to send a shout out to you guys. Thank you both for being here. We love working with you. I think this is my second time having you guys on this show. I think you've been on here before, but I think you're doing something fantastic. And this is a part of history, as far as I'm concerned, that definitely needs to be told. You know what I'm saying? It really, really does. So Sylvia Orozco, Bob O'Dell, thank you so much. We appreciate you guys coming on and praying for a wonderful event tomorrow, an event where people will learn and that history will be told. So I'm full. My heart is full, man. I'm telling you, because that's what we do at this station. We let history be known. You know. So thank you guys. Thank you both again.
Thank
for coming
you.
on.
Thank you so much.
All right. You're listening to The Morning Grind here on 88.7 KAZI. My name is Jabari, and we will be back. Career he's had, man. Brothers work with Prince, Babyface, Teddy Riley.
Yeah.
I mean, just
he's been forgotten.
I know.
Unfortunately, because of his sexuality came out,
So that was Tevin Campbell.
and we let him go.
That's Tevin Campbell.
We let him go.
I knew it. I'm
You knew
proud
that?
of
And we
myself.
should be ashamed of that.
I don't know. I was like, I
Be
think I know
ashamed.
this. I never heard
that
this
dude got
song before.
talent.
Really?
Never heard that
Worried
song
about
before.
what's going on in his bedroom, man. Enjoy the music.
It ain't
the
your
brother
business.
gave us.
No, that ain't your business. Get out your business. Get you some business. Yeah, Tevin Campbell.
Ran the dude off.
Yeah, man.
Better worry about what you're doing in your bedroom.
Okay, yeah.
Worry about what people doing in their bedroom.
Sweep
Come
around
on
sweep
now.
around your own door before you try to sweep around mine.
Ooh.
That's an old song.
Nah, say that again.
Sweep around your own door before you try to sweep around mine.
Lord have church. Tabernacle.
Wow.
I want to take a quick minute. I want to finish it. I want to follow up on the Tonkawas.
Yeah, go for it.
So, to the gentleman's point, they did a great job of welcoming all that came here. They were a friendly people, and that was to their detriment. So who got here first? What was here first? Who got here first and then said, no, I care about, to translate to them, hey, we care about here. Like, we care about this land. It was the Texans and it was the Confederacy. So during the Civil War, that's who they sided with. Now, the problem with that, so that means they were scouts. That means they were leading the soldiers. Well, what does that mean? Well, that means that all the other tribes who supported the Union, they ain't like that. So that also led to when the Trail of Tears sent them north, when they went north, that's why those other tribes was waiting for it. It got political, and them other tribes was waiting for them, and they walked into it. And who had their back? Nobody. Everybody they had their back here. They didn't know. They didn't know the full politics of what America was becoming at that time. So that's why they had so many issues when they went north. And I was just hoping that if y'all could hear a little bit more about that, maybe we all can go out and we can participate and celebrate these great Native Americans coming back.
Amen to that. Amen to that. There's actually a movie. Ms. Vel just sent me a movie link. It's www.tonkawathemovie.com.
Hey,
it's TONKAWATHE movie. tonkawathemovie.com. And I'm anxious to check on it. Follows the life of the Tonkawa tribe after over a 2-year period. It sounds like a documentary or a movie that's out there. So
that's cool.
Yeah, so that's something to definitely check out. So I would check that out because they were a big part of why we are and who we are here in Austin. And man, has this town changed? Different sides of town, and downtown's absolutely nuts. It's something different, man. But yeah, I mean, it's still still where we grew up. So.
Yeah, as long as we know, we ran them off.
Yeah,
as long as we know that.
Yeah,
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing but the truth, man.
Okay.
They live here.
Facts.
They were nomadic, as in they followed the bison and the deer. Now, when the white man came, what does he do? He chops down the trees.
Yep.
He builds the buildings. Now, what bison and deer are going to stay around for that?
I wouldn't even stay around for that.
So now you got the Native Americans starving because they don't have the opportunity. So now they got to leave.
Yep.
But where they going to go? Because people didn't like them around, right? So they can't, the Apaches and the Comanches were just sitting outside, just waiting. These people were not warriors. They were gatherers.
They were friendly tribe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is, we owe them a huge debt. And I know the whole city of Austin doesn't listen to us, but I wish that whoever is listening, wherever you are, that you could participate and support the Tonkawas.
Exactly. You got social media. Spread the message. There's
Yeah.
no other. Yeah, put it out there.
Yeah.
Send it to one person.
Yeah.
You tell 2 friends. They tell 2 friends, and so on and so on and so on. It is not impossible to do. It is something very possible to do these days. Put it on your Facebook page. Put it on your social media, and let them know. And let them check out and tell them to check out the Mexican Cartel Museum for information on this, because that's it's solid, man.
Yeah.
To know a lot of us don't know our history.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of us don't know. I think I probably know like maybe 3-4 generations back, right? But where beyond that?
Yeah.
Right.
You know, where do we go from beyond that? You know, can you actually look at yourself and say, I know what my great grandfather or grandmother did?
I can't.
You know, exactly. A lot of us can.
Yeah.
A lot of us can. Some people say, well, it's not important. No, it's very important.
Mm-hmm.
Where you come from has value. Who started, how you got here has value. Whether your situation was positive, whether it was a struggle, whether you ever find out, you look at yourself and say, okay, why do I like this?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You look at yourself and say, why do I like comedy?
Right.
Why am I pushing for it?
I don't
Right?
even know.
Yeah.
Dap could, look at Dap. Dap could be like, why do I like, you're into martial arts.
Yes, sir.
You're into, you're into salsa.
Yeah.
I'm into cutting a fool. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm into music. Music
Yeah.
is my thing. Music is like, music and coffee is like, that's drugs to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
You put a vinyl record in front of me, I'm going to be like,
Yeah.
I can't help but want to touch it.
Yeah.
Look at it, turn it over,
The
look
most
at the
important
contents.
thing that you're saying, though, Jabari, is if you choose to understand, if you choose to relate, if you choose to learn that history.
Yeah.
When you inhabit a land as we do, you should probably know that there's some people up in Oklahoma that's looking down here like, y'all ain't real.
Straight up.
Wow.
That's our land. That's our land
Yeah.
down there. Like, you should know that. I mean, what's it going to hurt? But
Knowledge
they
is
know
power.
now.
Knowledge is power.
If they listening to us now, they know.
Ignorance is bliss for some.
This is
Some
true.
people is okay with not knowing. And
That's
then
true.
they all
And
of a
if you
sudden at the
don't
last
know-
minute. Oh, go ahead.
Now you know.
Bam. And sometimes they don't find out until it's too late, or they don't try to find out until it's too
Right.
late.
Exactly. Exactly.
Fellas, y'all didn't answer
Okay.
about a man, a grown man.
Bones,
Yeah,
chick-
yeah.
bones
Here we
chicken
go.
wings is chicken wings.
Can a grown man order boneless wings? Does he need to check his manhood?
No, man, because sometimes you just listen, man. I'm speaking from my perspective and my perspective only, as always. Sometimes you don't want to handle nothing. I'm being real. Listen, sometimes you don't want your fingers smelling like what you just ate.
Right.
So you're going to get a fork and you're going to stab that thing and put it in your mouth.
Oh, wait.
So that's me.
You talking about Friday night activities? What you talking
Listen,
about?
sir, this is not about what I do in the bedroom.
Oh, all right.
This is
This
about
is a
what I
PG
do.
rated show, sir.
Sir, it is 9:43. No, anyway.
I mean, that's what I thought. He
Because
said
I be eating
finger
quick,
looking
man.
good. I was
No, man, because you know me, I got to touch the microphone and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
But boneless wings, I think they occupy like a really fun thing where you can dip, and sometimes you want to dip in a bunch of stuff. When you got like wings with bones in them, you won't want to dip them in too many things. I think it's okay to have boneless wings every now and then.
Jabari, you want to get that or you want me to
Look
get
at
that?
that.
Because
You know
of
what?
course we
Both of
don't
y'all
get that
take it.
answer from
Both
a
of
dude
y'all
named
take
Courtney.
Y'all are,
I want both.
I was
of y'all.
asking the brother with the
What you got?
the amazing notoriacal. I made that up. It's not a real word.
Notoriacal.
I was
Name.
with it.
He making
Jabari,
up words.
you just in the room. Your name is Courtney, but I wanted to hear from King Jabari.
right.
I want your answer.
Oh my goodness. No, you know what? Yeah. I mean, Courtney's got a point, right? He's got a point.
See, you don't
not a
sway
bad
him.
thing. No, it's not a bad thing. No, here's the thing. Anytime I get wings, they got to have some bones in them, son.
I feel
They
that.
got to have some bones.
How do you eat them though? Are you eating them in public? Are you eating them at home?
Rather be nibbling.
Like, are you?
Oh, no, yeah.
You eating them while you're driving?
No, not while you're driving, man. You don't want to
See, because I be eating
gotta
while I
enjoy
drive.
it.
Well,
man.
especially I get
He
that
eats
barbecue
him while
sauce
he's
on
driving,
time,
but
man.
that's because he's got a driver.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
My
he's in the
my
back of the
bad.
Bentley.
See,
You got,
bad.
yeah, you
Back
gotta
of the
remember who
line
you're talking
with the
to.
Bentley.
That's why he's King Jabari.
Right. He eat his wings with both hands. Is what you're saying?
And you heard people calling in today, and
They did.
they were like,
I'm
yeah,
try-
all hail the king.
I'm trying to see
And
if
the
this is
Warfield
hate.
clan.
I'm trying to see if this is hate or love. I'm trying to figure it out.
Sometimes you gotta-
Hate it or love it.
It be
The
a
underdogs
thin-
on
it be a
top.
thin line. You know,
Yeah.
it's hate or love. Between love and hate.
Yeah. You seen the movie, brother? You know how good that line is.
Hate.
Okay, so the last thing. A lottery winner in Jamaica wore a scary mask to collect lottery money. So his relatives couldn't hound him for money. What y'all doing with that?
Why a scary mask? Though?
Yeah,
why not
why
like a
scary
Richard Nixon
I
mask? or
really
something?
believe that's all, Or maybe he is scared of his family finding out. That's the face you make.
Right.
You mean my family got to know?
It's all different depending on where you at. Like, I think Texas, you can't be anonymous. But other places, like there's some states and some districts you can be anonymous.
Yeah.
Or you can wait until a certain point and then you can claim it. I think that was purely just trying to keep himself safe.
Yeah.
Because he probably know what kind of family you got. I'm being real. Most of us know.
I got some cousins.
We got some cousins that will take you out. Or they'll be like, hey, man, you owe me. Or better yet, they'll be like, oh, my goodness. Oh, wow, I need help. And you don't have the heart to say no.
They always, the more you make, the more they take. Man. Jabbar, you got cousins, what, Detroit, Midwest? You got some people in some big cities. The steel, the Rust Belt now.
Right. Now, here's the thing, and I'm going to put this out there, and I know I'm going to catch something for it that I don't catch.
All right.
I can't wait.
I got some cousins that I will get down with and be like, okay, cool, I'll break you off.
Yes, sir.
The person I won't break off is my sister. She is greedy. My sister is straight greedy.
The closest.
She is greedy as all get out, and she ain't getting nothing.
The closest hurt the mostest.
She ain't. Thank you.
It just got real.
Nothing.
Faux real.
Nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, y'all can't see it, but he is pointing with both hands.
I got two
He is
sisters.
serious
There's only
about
one I
this.
talk to.
Yeah.
Wow.
I ain't talked to the other one since the 90s.
It's
Really?
getting real in here.
Real. This is real.
That's
See, I
30
thought I
years
had
ago.
it bad. I'd at least talk to mine.
Hey,
Yeah.
I mean,
I get it.
You know, so they say that insanity is doing the same thing over and over
again.
So you got to take
Expecting different results.
toxicity has to.
You got to
get it out your life.
And sometimes you got to change
And
it
if
up.
some
All right.
people want to take a certain path,
Let them stay there.
they can go down that path on their own.
Right, exactly.
I'm good.
Exactly. Let's take a call real quick before we get out. Good morning, caller. Oh, she done gone. Okay.
She said, you know,
That
it
was my
your
sister.
It was your sister. That was your sister. She said,
I had just found you after all these years
Never
on
mind.
the radio. Yep, I'm done.
Never mind.
We gonna do another 30 years.
Exactly. I know, man. Yeah, and you know what, man? It breaks my heart because like we both, you know, we both come from the same. It's not like we ain't known each other, but we grew up together. We both come from the same mama, and it's hurt my heart.
It does.
It really has. It's pissed me off, but it's also hurt my heart.
Yeah.
But my other cousins, I will break them off.
Straight up.
I will break off the ones who need it.
Ring, ring,
Exactly.
ring. Hey, Jabari,
Yo.
this is your cousin,
Dab-dub.
Dagon.
Dagon. There you
And
go.
Dagon.
I'm gonna need to hold something, you know, for the rest of the day.
Remember, I'm your cousin.
I got you tomorrow. I'm gonna need to
Dagon
hold
from
something.
Wakanda.
Let me get something. All this lottery talk, and now that I know that you good for it, since I'm your favorite cuz, you just don't remember me. You got me?
I got you.
You speaking of the lottery, do you take the installments or do you take the like one
Lump
time
sum.
lump sum?
Gotta get that
I've heard
lump
so many
sum.
people say go lump sum.
Yeah, you gotta get that lump
Now,
sum.
how do you take it? Like this
So it'll
is
start
Texas, by the way.
appreciating.
This is Texas, by the way. So you lump sum, you take it and put it in a trust. You lump sum, you take it and put it elsewhere. You invest it. What do you do?
Well, don't leave it in the bank, people,
Okay.
because it's FDIC insured only up to $250,000. If you got $1 million and you can only be insured for $250,000, do the math,
So you gotta
because
go
the math
4
ain't
ways
math.
now.
Yeah,
The
You gotta go 4 ways.
750 that is in the wind. If you
So-
only had $1 million,
So you go 4 different accounts.
you better spread it, but you
Yeah.
want it to grow.
Yeah.
And if
So
they're-
invest $250 then
exactly,
somewhere.
if they're only giving. You need to go. There are safe bets out there.
Sure.
I don't want to give financial advice. I don't want to lead anybody down a bad path. But there are plenty of opportunities that are secure that will give you a higher rate of return than the banks. Remember, who
Respect.
owns the bank? Didn't I say FDIC, federal?
did.
Yes, sir.
Man,
You
they
did.
ain't out trying to make you rich. They're
No,
trying to take as much as they can
They
from
trying to
you.
break themselves off.
Yeah.
Especially credit cards, man, with them charges.
Don't
Surprise, surprise.
Don't let
telling
he
you.
fool you.
Okay, no doubt. All right, last words, fellas. Simply Courtney, anything last from as we get ready to close out?
The views and thoughts and expressions expressed by Simply Courtney are mine, and I stand by everything I said today. I stand by everything I said. I'm not taking nothing back. I meant it all.
Thanks to the caller for calling in. I was dating my now wife when I went to that last Sade concert. I went in 92. I went in 2000, and when that 2010 album came out, I was dating. Honey, if you're listening, I'm taking you to the Sade concert.
Yes.
Thanks to a caller.
You know it's coming out.
You're going.
There you go. Well, here's mine. First of all, if I take a woman to Sade and I start drooling, she's just going to have to deal with it.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
there's that. I caught a really interesting Facebook post that one of my Facebook friends put, and it goes, a sign of intelligence and competence is the ability to answer a question explicitly. Deflection is a glaring indicator of one avoiding telling the truth. That was after last night's debate.
Do with it what you want with that information, y'all.
Ride with that one how you like to ride with it. Thank y'all very much for joining us. It's the Morning Grind here on 88.7 FM KAZI. Have a great Wednesday, y'all.